Well, good afternoon, Richard. Thanks for coming in today.
Hi.
Today we're here to talk about public speaking. And the fact that many people, when they first start out, including myself, get very nervous during their first times in public speaking. And we decided to talk to you because I remember a little bit over a year ago when we first met, you would get super nervous and fidgety when you first spoke. What's changed? You've become an accomplished public speaker since then, even won prizes and stuff. What's changed in that time?
Well, I went into class and the class only had 6 people, so I felt a lot more confident in presenting my speech. And over time, I practiced public speaking with more and more people, and eventually I got used to speaking in front of lots of people.
And you certainly did. I mean, these days, just a few weeks ago, you were at the WSC and did quite well there in the debating portion, as well as other parts. What do you think was going on in the beginning before you had that practice? What made you so nervous?
Well, for one thing, I was an introvert, and for another thing, I was afraid of making mistakes and that people would laugh at me and tease me when I did.
Yeah, that's actually the same thing I worried about in a lot of ways when I first started. I think that's a very common fear. Since so many people have these kinds of fears and lack of self-confidence, but want to do public speaking and have to do public speaking, what kind of advice would you give other students your age who are just starting out?
Well, for one thing, you can find a focus point and only focus on that. This means that you can look into the audience without letting the audience distract you from your speech. And also, with confidence, fake it till you make it. This means that you can fake your confidence until you have enough confidence to actually do it.
I agree. I think fake it till you make it is a very, very important thing for people to remember, because everybody starts out feeling not confident. And so you have to pretend, you have to fake it. It is a bit of it, acting. Now, I remember at WSC, I talked to you and your teammates about the difference between eustress and distress. And for the audience, eustress is the good stress that we feel during competition and during sporting events and games and things like that. It's the thing that gets us excited. Whereas distress is the bad stress that affects our confidence. What do you think about eustress and distress? Does the focusing on the eustress and knowing about it help you when you speak?
Yes, it does help me when I speak, because when I'm getting nervous, I know that it's good and it helps me continue with my speech without being afraid.
Great. Yeah, eustress is an important part, and it helps us to maintain that focus and gives us the energy to keep going in a public situation where we might otherwise be scared instead of just sort of fun and nervous. Well, Richard, I want to say thank you on behalf of myself and Kevin Doan and all the people out there who might benefit from your experience. Thank you so much for coming in. See you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Richard.